Hi, I'm Sucheta, a conscious parenting expert and a coach. Today we are going to talk about internet addiction. Many parents all over the world are suffering because of the internet addiction. I was also selling in the same boat and I have made certain mistakes and I have tried to correct those mistakes. So today I will like to share my experiences with you. And I don't want you to commit the same mistakes. My son was giving ICSE exam. He had his geography paper on the next day, so we were sitting and studying and revising the portion. I wanted to cook, so I got up and I gave him a task to revise 10 questions. When I went to the kitchen, I cooked and I came back. I saw him changing the screen. As all the mothers are born Sherlock Holmes, I looked at his browsing history. I found out that he was playing mobile game all the time instead of studying. I got very angry. I bursted. I shouted at him. I shamed him because being irresponsible, you are not paying attention, career is not important for you. And it resulted him getting very angry, sad, disheartened, shameful, and not paying any attention to whatever he was studying further. It resulted in him scoring less marks in that geography paper. So what I achieved by shouting at him? Nothing. He lost marks. So whenever you see this reaction of internet addiction among your children, don't react, don't shout, don't shame, don't deprive them. Just take a pause. Cool down your temper. Think logically. That is conscious parenting. And then talk with your child in a cool, composed manner. Talk with and discuss with him, find the solution. That's conscious parenting. Conscious parenting, refrain from reacting out of feelings. Because when you shout, when you deprive, when you shame them, it creates a psychological hurt on their mind. And it might last, if they are sensitive, it might last for years together. You must be remembering certain incidences from your childhood when you were shamed, reprimanded by your parents, elder brother, sister, relatives or teachers, and you must be still feeling that pain. So don't do that to child. If we are not resorting to this particular sentiments, reaction, then what is the solution? Solutions are easier, but it requires lots of efforts. See, there are two types of solutions. One which is very easy, like shouting at them, depriving them, shaming them. You will see the instant result. They will do whatever you tell them. But they will do it out of compulsion. They will not do it out of motivation. And if you shout one time, they will change. Then one time will come in your life as well as your child's life when he is non-reactive, and we don't want that to happen. So what is the solution? First solution conscious parenting tells you is that problem lies with you and not with your child. And I accepted that. We use mobile, television, desktop and all those screens as a cheap nanny. You know, when the child is small, infant, we keep the mobile on the lullaby and we see and we say, oh, he is enjoying, such a small baby and enjoying the music. Whenever I used to have my time, I wanted to relax from the burden of parenting, I used to put him in front of the television, cook things, clean, etc. And my son used to watch cartoons, anime. That was the cheapest nanny. So who is responsible if he is addicted to that internet? We all, parents, are responsible for it. So once you take the responsibility, you will find a solution. And unless and until you release your child from the position of accused, you will not find a solution, because you will feel he is responsible, she is responsible. Finding solution is very important, and that will come only when you take the responsibility of it. So the first thing is non-reactive way. Don't deprive, don't snatch the mobile. Okay, you can't use mobile for 2 days, 3 days. No, don't deprive them, because it's going to break your relation. You know, child is too immature. You are the immature person in this relation. You have to keep on reminding yourself, very difficult, but you have to keep on reminding that to yourself, that I'm the mature. I have to have a control over me and my actions towards my child. So don't shame them, don't put them in a guilty, don't accuse them, don't deprive them, don't deny them anything. Then what is the solution? The solution is very easy. Discuss and schedule. You know, it's not going to happen overnight. It might take 1 year. For some children, it might take 2 years. But slowly you can withdraw from that internet addiction. And it is, second solution is more difficult. You will have to work hard for it. I'll just tell you, I had to put in efforts. I tried to put my son in a physical activity. You have to give the other option. If not internet, there has to be some other options given to the child, which child finds equally interesting. So first, scheduling. Let him decide how much time he wants to devote to studies, how much time he wants to devote to internet and other games or etc. Because if that is deprived suddenly, the child might react negatively, and you don't want that to happen. So you have to let him decide the schedule. And why I'm telling you, you have to make him responsible for his studies. Why he has to be responsible for his studies and why he has to be responsible for his duties? Because until and unless you put the responsibilities on him, he will feel, I'm studying because mommy wants me, I'm doing homework because daddy wants me to do the homework, teacher wants me to complete the project, so that's why I will complete. Don't you think when they grow up as an adult, they will have healthy work ethics? No, they will not have healthy work ethics. They will sit quietly without doing anything till the final deadlines are given. Wrong work ethics are developed in such children who are working through reprimanding and anger and coercion. So the healthy habit has to start scheduling. Sit with him, condition your child first. Sit with him, decide the schedule, how much time he wants to devote. Probably 4 hours for internet, 1 hour for studies. Accept it. Accept it. Slowly reduce it to 1 hour to internet and 3 hours or 4 hours to studies. Slowly. It will happen over the time. I'll tell you. Then the second thing is, you have to make them other excitement. See, you have to realize the psychological need of a child. Child needs entertainment, child needs excitement. And this is the entertainment, excitement, where especially mobile game I have seen, I have been in academics for almost 30 years. I have seen that kids wants have lots of energy and they want to utilize that energy, and there is no place or scope for exerting that physical energy, so they devote their time to the mobile game where they get a chance to win. Every child wants to win and succeed. So through mobile games etc., they can shoot the enemy, they can kill the enemy, they get that trophy, they get that cash, they get that treasure. So if you give an opportunity to child to win somewhere, accept him as he is with all his ordinariness. You know, even though he is ordinary, he is your child, and who knows, ordinary child can be super successful in future. Accept him in his ordinariness. Even if he scores C in his physics paper, accept him. And once he gets his acceptance in his ordinariness, he might come out of that craving of succeeding. Okay, that's the way you can work psychological level. And the second thing, you can open other options to your child. For example, I tried to ask him for physical activity, but my son was not interested, so I shifted him from internet to Legos. And the moment I started, different things, I started, exposed him to sitar, he rejected that, tabla, he rejected that, so many things he rejected. But when he was given a Lego, he got caught up to it, and like how fish is in the water, he started building Lego toys and he enjoyed it. So I shifted from that screen time, but I had to do lot of efforts and a lot of research on my child's abilities and aptitudes. You will have to do it. So please do that research, aptitude, and work towards your child's future. Then the next thing is, you have to give them lots of freedom, because unless and until you give them freedom, they will not accept you, and if they don't accept you, they will not be able to form emotional bonding with you. And if there is no emotional bonding, then in future you as well as your child will have a problem. As an adult, he will face a problem, and you will never know what is happening in his life. So that emotional bonding is very, very important in you and your child. So through freedom, through acceptance of his ordinariness as he is, you are giving him the freedom to be what he is or she is, and that works like anything for a child. I hope and I am sure that you will work on these 3-4 aspects. And the last aspect is that if you are facing a problem, if that is severe, because sometimes I have seen cases where child becomes violent, it affects his academics negatively, then don't be afraid of contacting counselor, school counselor, because it helps. I have seen kids improving due to counseling. So take help. So only thing, you have to decide the critical point control when you need to go to the counselor, and don't be afraid of taking counselor's help, because that is very, very important. And the last but not the least point is self-love. Unless and until parents are satisfied with themselves, they have healthy relations with their spouse, they will have problem with the children. Dysfunctional families usually create dysfunctional adult. So Try to work on yourself, try to work on the relations you have in your life, and then you will be able to give full love, care, and the respect your child deserves. I want you to succeed in being the best parent. See, there is no phenomena like a perfect parent, but we can be sincere in parenting. Thanks a lot. Wish you best luck. Ciao.